Hi everyone, and welcome to TSPN's News for today. Once again, we're in our in-depth news format, and I'll be talking to Tom Thompson. I don't think any people in Amador County don't know you, okay? Now, there might have been a few people that moved in the last month that might not know Tom, but for the rest of us, man, you were everywhere, doing everything for everybody, all of the time, and I think you've done a great job, and I remember talking to you when you were retiring from Raley's, where you were the manager. You started that store, great store.
Thank you.
And here you are back.
Yeah, it was an opportunity I couldn't pass up, to be honest with you.
Okay, and I'll tell you, I can't think of a better match for the Interfaith Food Bank than you.
Thank you.
I mean, I really can't. You know, all of the contacts that you have in this county, and all the people that, you know, love and admire you, and I think you'll just do a great job for the food bank.
Well, it's
and for the people that, you know, need that help.
Yeah, it's all about the community, and you know, it's always been that way for me since I moved up here. And this again was probably the only thing that could have dragged me out of retirement, especially this quick.
Okay, now let's talk about you a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay, before we get into the food bank and all that, and I'm not going to make your head explode or anything like that, but you know, you did a great job from when you were Raley's of being a person that gave. I mean, Raley's was seemingly always there. Wherever I was at an event, you were bringing water in, or this in, or you know that, and always you know, always things donated to the community. And food was quite a lot of the stuff that you did. Raley's itself, and I'm sure the other stores did as well, Tom, but specifically donated to the food bank probably at its inception, because I'm sure you probably remember when the food bank came online, I would think.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. Actually, the Raley's was involved before we had opened. They had an opportunity to help with some walk-in coolers and freezers, and then got everything online, where their involvement with the food bank and all of the food banks that Raley's are involved with in all of their communities. They got cash donation setups. You can donate online. Employees can donate to their local food banks, and those monies can go to their account. They have a food bank account with Raley's, and they can purchase groceries at Raley's cost and have them delivered to the store local to their food bank, and the food banks can pick it up and take it directly to their food bank at cost. So they're getting product in that's fresh, new, packaged nice and neat for them to store as needed, refrigerated items, anything basically that they need at the time.
That's kind of hard too, because for the food bank, I don't know if it's hard, but before, you know, not basically working in, you know, in canned goods, and you know, probably the macaronis and things like that are boxed, that have a shelf life, that don't require refrigeration, were probably the foodstuffs that were given away before that, right?
Yes.
And so that then added things that could be kept cold.
Right. Yeah. And basically try to keep it as nutritional as possible. It's always, you know, in the forefront as far as trying to select items. You know, the items that are that we receive, we'll take anything. We'll make use of everything that comes into the food bank.
Okay. Okay. Now, once again, we kind of got into the operation a little bit beforehand, but let's talk about your hiring. How did that happen so quickly? In fact, let me share a little story. He said, I think they handed him the business cards when he went in to apply. And said, already had the name there.
I didn't say that. I said, I think they had the business cards ready right before they told me. So,
okay.
But it was kind of fun. Actually, it was just an opportunity.
Positive thinking.
It was, you know, the first thing I saw was an informational piece from Lorraine Davis, who does an awesome job of getting information out to the community. She's pretty busy with that. But I happened to see a posting for it, and then I saw it in the paper, and I talked to my wife, Chris, and she actually saw it at the same time when she came home. She goes, it's like that both of us said, you know, did you see about the food bank? And I go, yeah. I go, man, what should I do? She goes, you should apply. And I'm going, wow. I said, but I'm not ready if I want to go back to work yet. And I said, but I go, I just can't pass this up, because it's something I've been passionate about since the day we opened. I remember at Raley's, you know, we had a misorder on a bunch of milk, and we had to send a ton of dairy products to the food bank, and then they were just like, wow. And then that was the start of it. That was, that's where I got hooked up, and so it was just a way to get involved with the community. So through all the things as Rotary and everything else, that there are opportunities to help benefit certain organizations, and the food bank is just something that I've been passionate about, and always promoted and taken advantage of helping them out as much as possible.
And there's a larger need, more people in this soft economy that we have going on, and even with all of the food stamps and help, government aid is there's still need.
It's hard to make it stretch. That's the big thing. The families have to support themselves, and they've got the supplemental income, the government income, and the food bank just helps make that stretch out. And we're getting so many first-time visitors. It's tough out there, and we understand that, and we're continually trying to provide good, quality, nutritional foods.
Okay, now I believe the food bank doesn't have means testing, do they? Or I guess where you have to come in and prove that you need the food.
I'm honestly I'm not familiar with the exact process at this point yet, but forms are filled out, and they're taken care of. So.
Okay, you were just always on the donating side before.
Well, I've learned a lot in 2 days. I'll tell you that.
2 days.
And I'm going to ride around on Saturday with one of our volunteers. We have over 200 volunteers. It's incredible. 200 volunteers, and they're dedicated people that come in an hour here, hour there, 2 or 3 hours here, 1 day a week, 2 days a week. They're amazing. I'm going to ride with one of the volunteers, Kim, on Saturday. On a route to go pick up food, because what I want to do is I want to learn from that first level all the way up to actually somebody coming in and
where will be some of the places you'll be visiting? Do you know that ahead of time to pick up the food?
This particular route, I think we're heading out towards Plymouth, and some grocery stores and restaurants out there. I'm not 100% sure if that's the direction we're heading, but there's groups that go out and then make the sweeps of all the grocery stores. All the grocery stores in the community, contribute some fashion or another. And restaurants, I was just talking to Matt McKnight, the new executive director, chef down at the National. I talked to him yesterday about anything that he's got extra that he's willing to set up. So we put him on a route starting next week, which is great. It's just an opportunity for them to help out and contribute.
Well, it's good because you've got a good mind for organization and leadership skills. I learned that when I was a member of Rotary, and and I'm sure it's going to pay off for them. And learning the bottom up. It's probably something you were used to anyway from Rayleigh's. Start at the bottom, and if it's sometimes quite amazing because in your head, when you know things like that, you can see the whole operation going on in your head at all the different levels when you're sitting there in your office or walking around or doing whatever it is. But you can see the entire operation, and that's really a good thing to be able to do that.
I think it's important. You can't ask them to do something you wouldn't do yourself.
Right, and I'm glad you brought up, because we do want to bring up. I think there are lots and lots and lots of donors. All the different stores. Only singled Rayleigh's out because you were with them and that.
But they all get Safeway, Save Mart. We get contributions from all of them. We get contributions from
Grocery Outlet.
Grocery Outlet, absolutely. They've helped out. Jesse's helped out a great deal. Starbucks, is on the route. They'll donate extra, whatever leftover pastries and things like that. It's just incredible, and I plan to hit the pavement and touch a lot more people.
Not a lot of these things got put in place with Kathleen Harmon, who put the place, got it way up to speed, and really
she put it on the map.
Made it quite the organization that people wanted to be involved with.
Yeah, well, I worked together with her, quite a bit through the 14 years, and I was sad to see her leave that organization, but it was, she was happy, so. She went on to the community foundation, and she's just awesome. And I know I'll be touching her for a lot of information as time goes on, and she said she'd help me out as we go. So you hear that, Kathleen? So yeah, she did a great job, and they're big shoes to fill. So, but I'm going for it.
Okay, now how do people get involved if they want to be involved as a volunteer? Obviously you have 200, but you probably would like more.
We're always looking for volunteers, because some of the volunteers have situations where they can't make it a certain day, or we might have some. I know we have some people that are on call. If somebody is unable to volunteer on a regular date that they're scheduled, they're willing to come in at a drop of a hat. There's that opportunity. We have some folks that come in and just shred paper, shred documents for recycling purposes. So, just if you're interested in being a volunteer, contact the food bank. Come down to the food bank. It's up on Airport Boulevard.
Okay. Well, we have another segment, but before we get into there, is the food bank by the airport, is that the only outlet?
Yeah, that's the hub, so to speak. There are remote locations where food is delivered and picked up, where clients can go and pick it up on these remote locations.
Okay. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with Tom Thomas right after this break. Stay with us.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.